Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Gate Ruler video, and as I've been saying for a little while now, today is big old card reveal day, so over the next few videos I'm going to be discussing all of the remaining cards we have left for set 2 in the starter decks. Here's the plan. In this video I'm going to be talking about all of the remaining Volnar reveals and Atlas reveals, excluding the secrets. I'm going to save the secrets for later. For tomorrow's video I'm going to be finishing off the main set with all of the Wonderverse cards and the You Imagine front cards. This is because we already have all of the X-Vaders. And then in the video on Friday, I will finish off the starter deck 3, the Dragon starter deck, and the video on Saturday, I will finish all the new cards with the video on the Zombie starter deck and the remaining cards we've got there. So that's the plan. Subscribe to the channel so you get notified when those videos go up. If you want to see the translations early, join my Discord server, links in the description, they'll all be there. But obviously you're interested in hearing what I think about the cards rather than just reading them, so let's get started with our first card, which is a legend card, Dragonic Armageddon. So this is actually not what we expected. I guess they changed their minds because they tweeted out a picture of a piece of artwork and was like, this is going to be a legend card, and we were like, alright. It's not here, so I guess they decided to delay that to a future set. I'm willing to bet it would have made dragons a bit too good, because dragons look nuts. Here is their first piece of support, and this is a legend I think you are absolutely playing in dragons. So this is Dragonic Armageddon. It's a dragon fire. Counter. Choose one level 2 or lower card on your opponent's field and destroy it. So that counter's pretty good. It is card, which is obviously very nice. That means you can target events as well, fields as well. So good versatility there. And there's a very, very solid counter effect, only level 2, so that's good. And then the actual effect, use timing normal. Choose one card in your opponent's field and destroy it. So generic destruction for 2, that's really good. Choose another card on your opponent's field, and if you have a level 2 or higher dragon on your field, destroy it. So this is amazing. In normal decks, in basically anything other than dragons, you're going to be a little iffy on whether you want to play this. It's really good, but there is a huge amount of competition. In dragon decks, this seems like a really strong inclusion, but there are so many really strong inclusions for dragon decks now that it's getting very difficult to filter. I think this will probably make the cut, just because destroying 2 things is so strong. Yeah, very powerful card to start us off. Next we have got Burger Buggy Biros. Help. This is a level 1 counter overdrive. It's a 4/4/2, so it's got vanilla stats on the level 1, but of course it's compensated for the counter. It is a Earth, Beast, Darkness. So those are all relevant types. Earth might not seem it, but it's got a card later on. So Earth is also relevant. So relevant Darkness there. Counter, use motion sensor. Motion sensor. Choose one enemy unit with Defender and destroy it. So this is a really interesting card because at first glance you think, oh, brilliant, this seems like a good inclusion in Darkness, but it's an overdrive only ability, so you don't get to abuse this. It's interesting. I don't know where this is going to go. It's a beast, which is obviously really nice. I think it's a good card. Yeah, I don't really know if this is an obvious inclusion, but it's good. And Darkness, let me tell you guys, Darkness is looking really strong in this set. Next we've got Guende. So this is Dragon Fire level 2 with Touchdown. It's a 5/5/2, so slightly less than vanilla stats, but Touchdown gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn. So this is a 7/7 the turn you summon it, which is really, really strong. This is basically guaranteed removal for only 2, and of course with the Dragon Structure deck we have ways of making that even cheaper, so this, I think, is going to be a very valuable inclusion in dragons. Outside of that, I don't see it being overly useful. But dragons really have got a lot of support in this set to be a very viable thing. Speaking of how good Darkness is, Black Knight Gastel. This is going to be a staple card, I think. This is a warrior, a traitor, and a darkness. It's a level 0 warrior as well, so there's some synergy there with Gen Abyss. When used as a material for abyssal summoning, it can be treated as any level from 0 to 2. So not quite as good as Dokkalfar, but, you know, that's fine. It's 3 attack, which is quite nice actually. It's got a little bit more clearing power, but yes, the primary utility here is going to be in making sure your Viola is going off, because we now have quite a few ways of really making that more consistent. This is really good because it means we don't have to play as many level 1s in Darkness, because like they just never fit as well. So far, the level 1s were always felt like especially lacking compared to everything else. So this is good. This is really good. Next, we've got Ragdoll Cat Sith. So this is actually a card I'd known about for a little while, and I want to talk about in my Influencer reveal, but they hadn't revealed it yet, so I couldn't mention it. This is a level 0 Earth Beast, seeing 2 relevant traits there. It's a 0/3/0. Counter, special summon this and send it to the graveyard at the end of the turn. It's familiar and normal. This card becomes level 1 until the end of the turn. So you can see the obvious use of this card. This is something that you're able to special summon as counter, so it's got that value there. Being able to just bring it to the defensive zone with 3 HP makes it slightly beefier. Perhaps it's actually going to be able to tank an attack. Probably won't, but you know, there's that. It does go to graveyard at the end of the turn, but that's fine. Like by and large, that was happening most of the time you summon something like this anyway. And it has 3 HP, so it's a little more resilient to some sort of removal if you try and Genesis on your turn, though they'll usually go for the summoner. So yeah, but overall just a very solid card, and I imagine you'll see this in Beast Genesis summoning in some capacity. Next we've got Beastman Warrior. So this is a vanilla level 0 5/1/1, so slightly lower stats than Kawaitachi Joe, but it makes up for it in the fact that it's a warrior, an earth, and a beast. So 3, again, very relevant traits. You can make this a level 1 with Alcata, for example. And, you know, beast means this can be a 6/2/1 quite easily, which is really ridiculous clearing power on a level 0. Yeah, very strong card. Well, not very strong, but pretty strong card. A very strong card, on the other hand, is this Yomajin Survival Squad. This is warrior military, and oh man, 3/5/0. It's just a vanilla, but 3/5/0. That is huge. Huge stat value. The fact that it's a warrior is great. The fact it's a military is great. You are going to be able to use this for Genesis summoning very easily, and it's a beefy thing you can just chuck in the center with 0 fear. It's just strong stats, good clearing power. You really don't care about the strike value here. Very, very good card. I expect this to see play. I definitely expect this to see play. Another Darkness event here in Barzo Dorba. This is a level 2. It's a Revert the Life. Magic Darkness traded. Use timing is normal. Choose one level 1 or lower enemy unit and destroy it. Okay. If you do, recover 1 life. So this may see play at like 1 to 2. I don't think you're going to want to play a huge number of it. Destroying level 1 or less means that this should be something that, like, you know, you can hold it in hand. So you should be able to get value out of this. And, you know, paying 2 to heal 1 and destroy an enemy unit, I think is pretty good. Like, not spectacular value, but pretty good value. And of course, it is a Darkness attribute, so there's that value there as well. Healing something out as well, like, you know, healing out, healing is valuable in Darkness because you can heal out your level 3 targets. For example, if all your Violas get stuck in damage, that is not good. So that's something useful as well with this. Next, we've got Earth Jewel. This is a level 1 with counter. It's magic traded. Use timing normal. If you have 3 or more Earth cards in your graveyard, hence me mentioning prior that Earth is now a relevant trait, and you have an Earth unit on your field, recover 1 life. So this is pretty interesting. How good will this be? I really have no idea. I think we're going to have to test it. But it's entirely possible that this just becomes like the freest heal 2 counter in the game. You know, a direct comparison is the Yomajin level 2 that just said heal 1. So this is more restrictive, but if you fulfill the restrictions, then it's cheaper and you're able to use it much more easily if you actually draw it. So yeah, I think there is a place for this. How good is it? We will really have to test. And the final reveal for for Volnar is Forgazer, Forging the Soul, combat technique. Very relevant immediately. We want to be thinking of the 4-star level 2, the Kimarala. This is relevant with those. Perform one of the following. Choose one of your warrior or wizard units, and it gets +3 attack or +3 HP until the end of the turn. That's good. It's a level 0 again, so this is just a free thing. Your ruler gets +3 attack until the end of the turn. That's also really good, buffing up your attack to give you more clearing power. Or your ruler gets breakthrough and -2 strike until the end of the turn. Also really good. Obviously that last one is pretty useless in Wizard because, okay, cool, breakthrough with 0 strike. whatever. But in Knight, it's good. In Berserker, it's good. In Apprentice, it's good. In Highlander, it's good. And in Legion, it's good. So almost everything else. Yeah, this may be a 4 of, because you need to see it to actually start abusing the fact that you can like keep buffing your stats and stuff. So, you know, like for example, if you draw this plus a plus the level 2 4-star, for example, you can play the level 2 4-star, play this, buff its attack by 3, goes to discard, swing with the level 3, return to bottom, buff its attack by 3 again. That's plus 6 attack. It's clearing anything. So, you know, pretty good. It might be a 4 of in that deck, not sure. We'll have to test it, but that's definitely a deck I do want to investigate. That's it for the Volnar reveals. Now let's go on to Atlas. First class, Daring Rhino, Beast, Military, Wild Force, all very relevant typings. Touchdown, Ammunition Supply. Choose one level 1 or lower firepower event from your graveyard and add it to your hand. This is a 4/3/1. How good is this? It's not bad. It's not bad. The thing is, the only firepower event that comes to mind that's like really strong is the level 0 one that's like deal 2, which once you get a couple guns on gold set up is really, really scary. But Wild Force has so many strong level 2s that it's like really hard to like sort of justify putting this in. Maybe you'll play this at 1 to 2. That's what I would imagine you might play this card at. But yeah, it's good. It's just Wild Force has some very high quality level 2s, so it's competing for a lot of space there. This card is something I wanted so badly. I think Ikeda tweeted about this, and I was like, yes, 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 yes. If that's true, I'll put a screenshot here, maybe. Anyway, Dark Lord Levin, level 1, 4/4/1, so 8 stats, losing a strike, but Owl, Military, Darkness, all very, very relevant traits. Immortal King. During the turn, this was special summon from the graveyard. It gets Defender, so that's really good because we have several ways to bring it. Well, one major way to bring it back, which is Hades, because Quiet Coffin can be treated as a level 0 while in the graveyard. So that's super good. Like that's really good. You get the level 1 and the level 0 versatility from this. And it's an Owl that's treated as level 0, so you can bring it right back with Hades. And if you bring it back with Hades on your turn by Abyss Summoning, it'll get Defender, so you can put it right back into the center. And if you do it on your opponent's turn, you get a 4 HP body in the center as well. It's got 4 attacks, so it's way better clearing power than Docklefar. This card is really, really good. It also teases a ruler for set 3, which is a hand ruler, which does not pay costs. Yes, that sounds broken, but obviously there's clearly going to be some restrictions on it. But I'm excited to see that, though we've got to get through set 2 first. But this card is really strong. I think this is an Owl staple, probably a Darkness staple. A true staple, though. Go, Wild Force, go. I'm pretty sure this is like a G.I. Joe reference. I'm pretty sure. Military and Wild Force. So Wild Force traded, relevant because of the level 3. Being able to put this back is broken. Counter. You may choose one Wild Force from your hand and special summon it to an attacking zone. That's pretty good, just playing something for free. Yes, you lose it from hand, but, you know, use timing, normal. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Choose one Wild Force card from among them and special summon it. Put the remaining cards in the bottom of the deck. If it has TD, use it. Oh, that's good, because, I mean, if you get any level 2 or level 3, the value of that TD is going to be very strong. It's Wild Force card. Wild Force unit. That's a mistranslation. Just check. It's a Wild Force unit, not Wild Force card. But you know, you get a Hellkong here. You get a You get an elephant. That's really strong. You get a big owl. That's pretty good. You get the new level 3 4-star, who's a Red Diver. That's really good. Yeah, just such a strong card. The biggest challenge in Wild Force is figuring out how the hell you include all these good cards. But this is, I don't know if it's a 4 of, but it's bloody tempting. And here we have another reason why. Look, man, I'm pretty sure Ikeda like designed set 1 and 2 together, saw how strong Darkness was, and was like, yeah, I'm just gonna put all the good in set 2 because like I don't even think you run, maybe with the exception of the 4-star Abyss Summoner, I don't think you're going to run any of the ones from the first set. So here's Wizard of Skyscrapers. It's a wizard with Abyssal Summoning, and it's a 2/4/0. So it's got 4 HP, which is like a massive... It just solves a massive issue the deck had. You don't give a shit about the strike value, so yes, convert that into stats so I don't die. This is you run this like this. You got an event one. You got an event one that can trigger as a counter and such someone on your opponent's turn. You've got way more cards with darkness now. You've got lots of high value cards with darkness. You've got stuff, way more stuff that changed its level in the discard, so your Viola's way better. You've of course got Voltona, so you can specific mill a 0 or and a Viola. So like that's happening. Yeah, darkness got such a big buff in this set, and like yeah. If you seriously thought darkness was good before this, I feel like you must be clowning, because now it's good. Now it's clear it's good, but before this, sus. Anyway, Guns and Gold produced Machine Drone. This is a level 0, 2/1/1, military traded, counter, special summon this to the defensive zone. So this is okay. It's the same kind of thing, right? Like I say it's okay. This is a really high value counter because it's probably going to block like 2+ damage, which is really nice. However, I feel like Atlas has such an issue of actually just fitting these cards in. So it'll be interesting to see. I do want to test this out though, because it's a really good option to have, and being military traded is valuable. Perhaps you'll play this in zombies. Fairy, another owl, just feels like staple. Owl looks very, very nice in this set. Owl, Apparition, Wind. So Apparition relevant, Wind not relevant yet, but as we saw with Earth, those elemental traits are probably going to become relevant soon. So Fire and Wind are like the most popular ones besides Earth, I believe. This is a 1/5/0, but you don't really care about the 0 strike or the 1 attack because of the effect. Summer Night Dream. When destroyed, if the attacking unit has breakthrough, damage dealt by that breakthrough becomes 0. So this is a level 0 with 5 HP. You can chuck in the defensive, and you don't care if your opponent like swings with a gash, for example. Busted. That's so good. And remember, with Hades, which has got an even more valuable, like now it's just like if it wasn't a 4 before in Owl, now it is. You just revive this and you go good luck, because you're probably gonna have to chuck 2 attacks into this. Super good. 100% Owl staple. This is probably one of the best cards in the set. Defense Battle at the Cypress Base. This is a technology, level 1 with counter. Send this card to the graveyard as the counter, so you know it's a good counter. It's a good card. Use timing. Set and use at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase. For this turn, all damage you take becomes 1. This is really good against those damage rush decks that will just shit out a 3, a 2, and a 3. Like 3 from the ruler, 3 from something on the side, and 2 strike on the other thing. This will reduce you to taking 3 damage. This like guarantees basically you're not dying that turn. This is so good. The worst part about this card is just finding space to fit it in, because yeah, I mean the counter's garbage, but it's just really good. It's just really good. The final card for this set of reveals is Burst Mode. This is a firepower military, so firepower, you know, keep that in mind. We can get this back with the Wild Force. Counter, play this. Use timing as immediate. Choose 1 enemy unit and deal damage to it equal to the number of Burst Mode in your graveyard plus 1. So, at level 0, so at 0 copies, this is dealing 1, At 1 copy, it's dealing 2, At 2 copies, it's dealing 3. That's pretty good. At 3 copies, it's dealing 4. This scales obviously very well with Guns and Gold Armory. If you can get like 1 of these in discard and 1 Guns and Gold Armory set up, then your next one is going to be dealing 3. That's pretty good. Again, I think it's hard to justify this because of the counter spaces over the one without a counter that just deals 2, because you're getting more upfront value. It scales just as well with Guns and Gold Armory. You're not reliant on like just seeing other copies, and you're not taking up counter space. So I don't think you'll really play this. But that's it for this video. So much to talk about. Please look forward to my very in-depth set analysis that'll be coming after I play with the set for a bit in the next few weeks. I'll make 1 video per faction where I'll go through all the support cards in that faction. This will include the starter decks, so like those will be chunky videos. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to pick up Gate Ruler, launch is in just over a month in English at the time of this recording. use my affiliate links in the description and help support the channel. That would be very much appreciated. Like the video if you enjoyed it. I don't know if I said that. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video for the next, the remaining cards from the set. Cheers.